And welcome back to the Pentagon in Sioux Falls championship night here in the Northern Sun Conference. Men going first this year with Minnesota State Moorhead at 30-4 on this season, taking on the Vikings from Augustana, rematch of last year's tournament championship game as well. We keep talking about how good Augustana is, and obviously they are. Do they have a weakness, though? How can you beat Augustana if it's going to happen tonight?
One thing you could point out, and it's a small thing, but Augustana is not a real deep team in my opinion. They get great play out of their starting five, maybe the best starting five in the country. We'll see. But in the last time these teams met, Tom, Augustana only 3 points off their bench. So if there's foul trouble, an injury, anything like that, that could really hurt Augustana's chances, would be a step in the favor of Moorhead.
All right, and the Dragon bench is going to be a little shorter tonight as well, with Ayub out for tonight's game. He was injured in the semifinals last night. Keys to the game, Brad Newitt, presented by Dakota Land Honda.
Well, anytime you play Augustana, you got to hang in there on the rebounding battle. Moorhead was able to do that the first time these teams played. That kept the game close. Big thing for the Dragons tonight, you got to battle on the glass. The free throw line also huge. Trips to the line, Augustana excels at it. They make more free throws than their opponents attempt. And for Moorhead to stay in this game, again, they've got to limit that. The long range shooting, that could be the tipping point. You look at what Augustana's done against Moorhead. They have really shot it well from the perimeter when these teams have matched up, shooting over 50% from three the last 3 times they've played. Can Moorhead match that? If they can, we're going to have a great game.
Augustana made 16 threes in the win in Moorhead in their regular season matchup this year. Augie's won 4 in a row against the Dragons. We'll see if MSU Moorhead can get them tonight in the Northern Sun Tournament Championship game, and we'll tip it off here from Sioux Falls after this on Midco Sports Network. Welcome back inside the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls and the Northern Sun Conference Championships tonight. Men first, Augustana taking on Minnesota State Moorhead. And the women's game coming up after this one with Augustana's women going up against the University of Sioux Falls. Tom Neiman along with Brad Newitt. Great to have you with us this evening. And let's go down on the court to Carla Metz. Hi, Carla.
Hey guys, well, MSUM's defense has a lot of players to keep covered up in tonight's game, and it might take more than one to cover players like Dan Jansen and Casey Schilling. Either way, we can expect a very high-scoring game. Both of these teams like to push the ball and get their shots up early on the shot clock, so today's game might just be a race where the first team to reach 90 wins. Back to you guys.
All right, pretty good point, Newitt. Last 4 games have definitely been in that range. And for the Dragons from Minnesota State Moorhead, Tanner Kretschmann, a sophomore out of Fargo, Aaron Lean, Tyler Vaughn. Evan Holt is into the starting lineup tonight to replace Ayub, who was injured in the semifinal game here last night. And Isaac Sievely from Red Wing, Minnesota, the leading scorer this year in the Northern Sun at over 22 points a game. For Augustana, you got Adam Byer, Jordan Spencer, sophomore point guard, Alex Richter, Casey Schilling, and Dan Jansen right behind Isaac Sievely in scoring this year at about 21 points a game. And Carla Metz makes a good point, Newitt. In the last 4 games, Augie has scored at least 92 points in the last 4 wins over Minnesota Moorhead.
Well, they've had Moorhead's number, and if you look at how Moorhead's structured, Tom, they like to play a lot of the same style of basketball as Augustana. Up and down pace, high possession game. I think it'll be interesting to look tonight. Does Moorhead continue to try to do that with what you mentioned already, kind of a depleted lineup with some injuries?
Central Region rankings, these came out last Wednesday, so coming into the tournament, this is what it looked like with Augustana in the first spot and Minnesota Moorhead in the third spot. Minnesota State, the other NSIC team, in the top 8 right now. And the Mavericks are probably safe as well. No, you look down below that at the 9-10 teams in the region. They've all got 11 losses, which would be a lot to get in.
Yeah, Minnesota State sitting there. They've got a cushion there with those losses. I think they're good to go. What's riding on this game, though, is the chance to host that Central Regional. And Augustana very much in position to do that. They would seal the deal tonight with a win.
Here's how it's gone so far on the men's side of the Northern Sun Championship. Moorhead, in its game prior to that, in the first round, they put 109 on the board in their first round game of the tournament. So Moorhead coming into this game is averaging 99 points in the first 3 games. All wins, obviously, for the Dragons. On the other side, Augustana scored 105 against Sioux Falls in the second round. And then held, I guess you could say, to 83 in the semis last night against Winona State.
Well, Winona State is the best defensive team in the NSIC. They slowed the tempo down a little bit. They were able to hold Augie to that 83, but they couldn't come close to matching on their end, scoring the basketball. And that just shows the versatility of Augustana. They can win games at different paces. They certainly like to get it up and down, play some high possession ball, but it doesn't matter really, Tom, who they played. You look at Augustana's margin of victory. They average a 20-point win almost every time they stepped on the floor this season.
There's Tanner Kretschmann, one of a couple of guys that have really picked it up this year for Moorhead. Sievely going up, and out jumps Jansen for the tap, and Kretschmann will go against Jordan Spencer in a really good point guard matchup. Two of the best in the country in assists this year.
You're going to see great matchups all over the floor. The point guard one to watch, and the big one down low inside with Jansen and Sievely going at each other.
Aaron Lean with the first shot of the game, and it is a 3 to get Minnesota Moorhead started. Schilling, though, left all alone inside as the Dragons a little late getting down the floor, and Schilling off to a great start. And that might be something.
Yeah.
Minnesota Moorhead would not want to get him going.
No, that was a total miscommunication, and I think big reason Evan Holt in the lineup for the first time as a starter just didn't know who he had.
Sievely over Jansen, and Schilling with the rebound. Casey Schilling, the leading rebounder this year in the Northern Sun. Jansen just trying to muscle it right up and over Sievely.
Still not sure Moorhead was matched up even on that possession defensively. They got to get back and get set. You cannot let Augustana get easy transition buckets.
Pretty good pace so far. Here is Holt going by Byer on the baseline. And again, Evan Holt, another senior for Minnesota Moorhead. He gets the start tonight. Ayub is out.
Holt had a great game in his last night, 9 points. They're going to need him to contribute offensively. Turnover there.
Take it away from Sievely.
Moorhead now zone defense here, mixing things up a little bit.
Jansen to Richter. Kretschmann will run it down. Here's Vaughn, and Augustana really hawking out on that sideline, and now double team. Saw a little bit of that in the semis last night. Sievely, long attempt, no good.
That's not the kind of shot Moorhead needs Sievely taking.
Sievely with a serious block this time, though, on Richter, and a foul on Isaac Sievely.
Richter landed awkwardly. It looks like he's going to be able to get up here. This all started, a three-point shot by Sievely, kind of fueled some transition there, and Sievely, you could see bent Richter's arm back there on that breakaway.
Tom Billiter, 13th year now. Just turned 55 this year, and he's been around a little bit, but he's been at Augie now since 2003. NSIC Coach of the Year this year. And Richter, good on the first. Isaac Sievely with the foul there, and they got to keep him in the ballgame. In this championship game a year ago, Sievely got in foul trouble in the first half. Only had 4 points in that game last year against the Vikings here in the championship game. And off the missed free throw, they kick it out to Adam Byer for 3.
This is not the start you want if you're Moorhead. You've given up transition buckets, free throws, second chance opportunities, all the things that make Augustana a great offensive team.
Kretschmann turns the corner. Byer with the block, though. Spencer's got Richter in the corner. Schilling right at Sievely this time. Isaac Sievely's a pretty good defender. Second all-time in blocks at Moorhead behind Alex Novak.
He's great defending in the post, and he's already picked up 1 foul, but he's good at defending without fouling. And Moorhead, they just need to kind of settle in here. Get back to doing what they do. They've taken a couple ill-advised shots, couple turnovers.
Sievely from 18 feet this time.
Well, that's his range, Tom. He's a great shooter, 18 and in. Very capable hitting that face-up jumper from the top of the key.
Sievely a year ago averaged 12 points a game for Moorhead. He's up at 22 this year. Got a hand on that pass, comes out to lead.
Moorhead playing that soft zone defense there. They got a turnover out of it. This guy here with the ball, Lean, I think a key player in this game too, and a nice feed into the post. It's Sievely an easy one.
4 quick ones for Sievely, and Moorhead does settle down now, back within 1.
Oh, look how soft this zone is. They're just kind of eating space.
Spencer for 3. 2 threes already for the Vikings. Jordan Spencer had 23 the first time around this year against Moorhead.
I think we're starting to see an answer to one question we had about pace, and Moorhead certainly playing the zone, slowing some things down here offensively.
Not messing around with the offensive end though. Tapped out by the Dragons.
That's the matchup that Moorhead wants. They want to get the ball into Sievely, play through him for Chad Walthall. What a job he's done bringing this Moorhead program to national prominence.
Richter for 2 more.
Augustana's hit 5 of their first 7 shots. They're getting stuff around the rim, and they've also then used that to free up the 3-point shot where they've hit 2 of them.
Aaron Lean way out for 3 this time, and Lean is hit 2 from long range and back to a 3-point game.
3-point shot can be an equalizer. Lean, I think, again, a key piece for Moorhead. He hasn't been scoring at a high rate, but they're going to need him tonight.
Jansen again, muscle from the Vikings. Sievely had to play it straight up, and that is 4 for Jansen. Well, here's Kretschmann. He and Lean and Sievely, Tyler Vaughn, all these guys experience in this situation last year. Kretschmann had a great game against Augie. He had 16 points in 14 minutes last year in the championship game. Trying to feed Sievely again, and it will stay down here for Minnesota Moorhead. Shot clock will be at 11 when we come back. Dragons and the Vikings back in the Northern Sun Tournament Championship game for the 2nd straight season. Augustana out to a 15-10 lead early.
The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament on Midcoast Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls. 2 highest scoring teams in the Northern Sun this year knew it, and both of them putting it in here early. 15-10 Vikings. Moorhead's got 11 seconds here on the inbound. Addison Park just checked in, and Tyler Vaughn on the step back.
That's a great move for Vaughn, and he is an excellent shooter when you give him space like that. Stopping the play right now is just a bench warning against Minnesota State Moorhead.
The shot clock didn't reset either, so they're going to take that back. Chad Walthall was out toward midcourt after that last possession, and they kind of chased him back into the coach's box.
We've seen a few of those sideline bench warnings in this tournament, and I think it's good early in a game like this because the officials can, just calm everything down. You don't want to have to whistle a technical on a coach right away. We got
clock issues. I think they started the game clock on that last inbound, but not the shot clock, so we'll see what they figure out here. In the meantime, Tanner Odegaard has come in for Augustana, so is John Warren. And big man Zach Huskin also in for Augustana.
Already seeing Tom Billiter here by bringing Odegaard into this game. He's bringing a shooter in to try to combat this zone defense.
Warren for three.
Warren hasn't had lots of opportunities to shoot in this offense, but he's been a very efficient scorer. Hit a big three last night. Starts out the game right there with one for his first shot.
Yeah, he's made 25 threes on the season. Now he shoots 40% off the bench. Odegaard comes in at 50%. So Seavely getting a rest right now. Addison Park in the post for the Dragons. Tyler Vaughn gets a little step on Odegaard and 2 more for Vaughn.
Great recognition by a senior guard there in Vaughn. Odegaard not a stellar defender, and Vaughn was able to take him to the hoop.
Warren, the exact same spot. Vaughn on the run out though. And a foul going to go against Odegaard.
Moorhead sees a matchup they like on this end. That's Vaughn on Odegaard. Vaughn again taking him off the bounce. This time draws the foul.
Knocked out by Schilling. And they will knock a second off the shot clock here.
Well, Tom, and Tyler Vaughn, Minnesota State Moorhead, they have just a veteran guard, real heady player, just understands the game, knows what his limitations are and what his strengths are. And you don't see him take a lot of bad shots. He's a great distributor and a fantastic rebounder from the guard spot, too. This is a fun kid to watch play.
Absolutely. It's a little tricky on the sideline here, at least on this side here at the Pentagon. You got press row right up on the sideline. So finally the Dragons get it in, and Kretschmann will go to the free throw line.
Fouls on the Vikings, number 23, Jordan Spencer. His first
Spencer on the foul.
At the line, shooting 2 for the Dragons, Tanner Kretschmann.
Speaking of great guard play, Tanner Kretschmann right alongside with Vaughn. I mean, those two are great running mates. And we can't speak highly enough of the improvement that Tanner Kretschmann's had. Freshman to sophomore year, increased his scoring by almost 11 a game. And Tom, he credits a lot of that to the players that he played under. Jordan Reaver, especially last year, a senior guard, really felt like going against him in practice every day. Those two worked out a lot this last summer before Reaver went overseas to play in Germany.
Kretschmann is the national leader right now in assist to turnover ratio. More than 4 assists for every time he turns it over. Seavely is back in here for the Dragons, and Schilling goes right at him. 4 for Schilling.
Seavely not wanting to pick up his second foul, has had to play straight up. Augustana's really attacked him inside.
Spencer now on Kretschmann. Odegaard switches over. Guards Tyler Vaughn right here.
Better job that time by Odegaard, cutting Vaughn off.
They're in lead on a drive, and they're going to get a foul on Casey Schilling. That'll be his first. Let's go down to Carla Metz. Carla.
Hey guys, I talked with Augie assistant coach Hederman before the game and asked him if there were any adjustments to their game plan from yesterday to today, and he commented on how great MSUM is from the three-point line. He said they were going to try to limit those shots as best as they could, but as far as the offensive game goes, he said they didn't make any changes last night. They're just going to try to stick to their system basketball and play their game as hard as they can. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Carla. Hanson trying to do what he could there, but 2 more for Seavely. That is 6 for Isaac Seavely.
In my opinion, that's All-American on All-American. Jansen was one last year. Seavely should be one this year.
Here's Odegaard for three, halfway down and out. Aaron Lean, quick trigger at the other end. And Vaughn with the rebound to Seavely.
See the rebounding presence of Vaughn, and then he feeds the big fella for the flush.
Well, you were not so sure about this Moorhead zone to start the game. What about now?
Well, they're playing a little more active with it. I think Augustana still trying to figure out exactly how they want to attack it. They've been very good, though, inside against it.
Well, every time the ball goes to Schilling right there at the free throw line, they're laying off. And 6 now for Schilling. Dan Jansen, by the way, back in for Augustana. Another good look for Aaron Lean. 3 threes for Lean. And the Dragons down early, tied at 22.
Big start for Lean. Him and Seavely carrying this team offensively right now.
And Jansen up to the high post now. Odegaard again.
Moorhead's kind of taking their chances a little bit on the three-point shot now. 3 of 7 for three-pointers for Augustana.
Dragons taking Kretschmann off the ball now, and Tyler Vaughn running it as the point guard, and 2 more for Vaughn, and Dragons in the lead.
Yeah, they're just trying to take advantage of that matchup that they have there defensively.
Midway through the first half, and the Dragons back in front by 2. Knew it?
Well, these teams are so evenly matched, and they're both playing at a high level on the offensive end. Moorhead knocking it in, the jumper by Seavely. Augustana getting it inside. Schilling and company getting it done there. We got a 2-point game here in the championship.
The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament on Midcoast Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Dakota Land Honda.
Sanford Pentagon, home to the NSIC Championships. Travis Trapphagen and the University of Sioux Falls women will play Augustana later on tonight for the Women's Championship.
Tom, I don't know that Moorhead zone is doing great things, but their offense is really clicking right now. But they're really playing it soft here, and you can see they're letting Augustana operate in space.
Another miss by Schilling, and another strong rebound by Aaron Lean with a foul on Alex Richter.
I think the hope with the zone is force the outside shot like this. Schilling is so great around the basket, but just a 33% three-point shooter. But on this end, Moorhead's hit 6 of their last 7 shots. That's why they've got the lead in this game now.
Aaron Lean's got 3 threes. Seavely. 1-on-1 with Jansen. 2 more for Seavely. He's got 10 points already.
Both those big fellas defensively, they're careful. They don't want to get in foul trouble, so they've been attacking each other and scoring.
Seavely's got the 1 foul he picked up early on. Nice little give and go from Jansen to Schilling.
Great recognition between 2 of Augustana's best players in their history of their basketball program there, between Schilling and Jansen.
Casey Schilling is the 3rd all-time career scorer at Augustana. Dan Jansen is number 1. Cam McCaffrey is sandwiched in there between them.
Moorhead shooting 69% in this game. Yeah, only a 2-point lead.
Lean might as well get it going. He's been right in the middle on 4 3-pointers.
Yes. 4 for 5 from deep. Last time these teams played, Lean only 9 points. He's already got 12.
Schilling again, another really good look. And the tap is good. It's 10 for Schilling.
He's almost more dangerous on that. I mean, miss your first shot and then just go get the second one. He's so good at anticipating that offensive board.
Yeah, Augie just at times likes to throw it up there, dump it up there, and chase it. Kretschman taken away by Schilling. Defensive Player of the Year in the league, Casey Schilling. Dragons sticking in the zone, and Spencer has hit 1-3 already, and Byer got a tap on it to Richter.
One of the key things is, can you offensive rebound out of it?
The Vikings missed twice.
And that time a good defensive board.
Vaughn coming off a screen, and he didn't really like that shot either.
I know he wished he had that one back. That was not a shot that they needed that early in the shot clock. You can see that high post kind of open there. Right like that.
Adam Byer hit a 3 earlier on, 5 for Byer.
Neither team locking it down on the defensive end by any stretch of the imagination. These two teams are the best offensive teams in the NSIC, but they're not this good. They're really taking advantage of the D.
Seavley was held that time by Jansen. It'll be the first foul on Dan Jansen.
Fouls on the Vikings, number 34, Daniel Jansen.
Those two bigs in there
His first,
tangling, and
second for the Vikings, number 3,
officials felt that
Moorhead.
Jansen had enough of the arm there that prevented Seavley from going and getting that pass.
Seavley this time runs into John Warren.
Fouls on the Vikings, number 3, John Moorhead. His second.
There's 7 fouls already on Augustana.
There's something you don't see very often.
At the line for the Dragons,
Huge
Isaac
foul
Seavley.
disparity that goes against Augustana. The Vikings with 7 fouls, Moorhead only with 2. And that's good news for the Dragons. Augustana usually so good at winning that battle of the foul line. They're a team that doesn't commit a lot of fouls, and they cause the other team to foul them a lot just by how they play aggressively on the offensive end.
Seavley has 11, and the Dragons by 2.
Outside of Addison Park making a 2-minute cameo appearance, this starting 5 has played the whole first half for the Dragons.
2 more for Spencer. He's got 5. Ties it again, and Moorhead's trying to shorten the game up a little bit here. Every time,
Yes.
Tanner Kretschman has taken about 9 seconds to get it across.
And once they get it across, now they're into their set and they're looking to score. But yeah, it's just like they've been content with a 20-second shot clock.
Shot clock down to 5 here as Jansen tapped it away.
Great defensive play that time. 3rd turnover by Moorhead.
First half clipping along though, Newitt. There's only been 6 free throws taken. Moorhead with just those 2 fouls so far.
Yeah, big reason because they're playing the zone defense. Less fouling. That's been a fruit that has come out of this.
Dragons going to take a quick time out here. Great passer is Spencer, but not on that one. 6 minutes to go in the half.
Augustana probably hasn't seen a lot of zone, Tom, and the big reason why is they shoot the 3 so well. I mean, they're 4th best in the country when it comes to 3-point percentage lead the NSIC there. So it takes a little bit of guts to sit in that zone, but it's starting to work better for Moorhead.
And on the other end, Moorhead is shooting at 67% right now. Today's injury report brought to you by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Dragons junior Ayub told it's a pelvis injury. He was going up for a shot last night and got taken down hard, landed on his hip, on his back, and he is out for tonight's ball game.
Well, the thing they miss without him in the lineup, a great defender and a fantastic rebounder. The last time these teams played, Ayub 9 rebounds in that game. And so far, Moorhead's been able to hang here with Augie on the boards. Augie just a 1-rebound advantage so far.
This one's going to go the other way on the battle inside with the big guys, and that's the second on Isaac Seavley. They said that he threw an elbow to get Jansen out of the way. So Seavley's going to go out. Addison Park quickly up off the bench for the Dragons.
All right, we'll see if Seavley's stay on the bench takes the rest of this first half, or if he does come back in with those 2 fouls.
A really good half. 11 points for Seavley. So Park checks in. Casey Schilling's been out for a while here for Augie. He's coming to the table though as Jansen. And it knocked away by Addison Park.
Great job by the freshman Park defending there.
Lean has made everything outside the three-point line. He's 4 out of 6 now from the field.
Moorhead just daring Augustana to take jump shots, and so far Augie has not taken the bait early in the shot clock.
Yeah, they'll give him a free throw right now. It's going to go to Jansen. And that is 6 for Jansen.
That's a matchup I would expect Augustana to exploit, with Park, the freshman, trying to guard Jansen, the leading scorer in the NSIC all time when you look at his career.
Lean has been money from that spot. Down to Richter though. And Moorhead's been stuck on 30 here for a couple of minutes. Again, Byer could have had that shot at the side of the lane if he wanted it.
Augustana showing good patience here, and they're doing a good job getting it inside to Jansen.
Counted, foul on Addison Park. Augie back up by 4. Jansen going to the free throw line.
Coming up on the CU Mortgage Direct Halftime Show, the highlights and the stats from the first half of this game. We'll look ahead to the second half and the women's game as well. Augie's been up by 6. Moorhead's been up by 5. Augie's back up again. Daniel Jansen not shut out in the first half of this championship game, going to the line for his 9th point.
Yeah, a little back and forth here, just kind of like we thought. Both teams doing some things defensively. We didn't really expect a nice zone pressure by Moorhead that's kept Augie off guard. A little 12-4 run, though, by the Vikings had them now out in front.
4:21 left, first half. Here's Tom and Brad.
All right, thanks, guys. Jansen finishes off that three-point play. He's got 9.
Tom Moorhead hasn't scored a basket, a field goal in over 5 minutes here. He had a free throw to get him up to 30, but there's been 1 point in the last 5 minutes of play.
Dragons shooting at 60% so far here in the first half.
Good pressure on the ball screen there. That's a tough shot.
Vaughn beat the double team. Evan Holt gets him another possession. Kretschmann has not looked for his own shot yet. And a 3 for Kretschmann. That's 5 threes in the first half for the Dragons.
Getting enough long-range shots that they're staying in this thing. They shoot 59% and still losing.
Schilling spins out of double team to Jansen again.
They're just going to continue to go inside without Seavley in the game defensively.
Seavley picked up his 2nd foul with 5 minutes to go here in the half. You think he's going to stay on the bench?
I think as long as this thing stays within a single-digit lead, Chad Walthall will probably leave his star center sitting there. A 3rd foul in the first half would be devastating.
Aaron Lean for 2 more. That is 14 for Lean.
That's what Moorhead has needed. They needed Lean to really pick up some scoring, and he has done that in a big, big way.
There was a point here about 2 minutes ago, Newitt, where Augie was rolling a little bit. You can see him starting to get a little more excited. And then Moorhead came back with a couple of baskets, but now Schilling with that 3.
I think if you're Moorhead, you're just trying to make sure you get into the second half with a chance to win the game. Don't let the game get away from you in the first half, and they've done a nice job controlling the tempo with that.
Quick one that time by Kretschmann. And going after the rebound, they're going to get a foul on Holt. But again, that's just going to be the 5th foul of the half here on the Dragons.
Number 11, Evan Holt, his first team.
See, they get Holt over the back there of Adam Byer. Byer doing everything he could to block out. Moorhead has played this zone the entire game here. They've been content to stay in the 2-3. I'm not sure if you could say it's been successful or not. It's slowed the tempo of the game down, which is probably their #1 objective, and it's kept them out of foul trouble and kept Augustana off the free throw line.
Jansen going to that strong right hand again, and Richter spins it back in. They get 5 from Richter, 5 from Spencer, 5 from Byer, all the supporting guys for Augie, and then Schilling with 13 and Jansen with 11.
One thing Augustana's starting to realize is Moorhead's in no hurry to get it up the floor, and they're crashing the offensive glass like crazy down there now. Kretschmann's going to get foul drawn here. I think it's just going to be 1-and-1 though. They're not whistling the shooting foul.
At the line for the Dragons.
Second foul on Jordan Spencer. And a 1-on-1 for Kretschmann.
We talked about the free throw line. Moorhead actually has more free throw attempts in this half. 5 to 4 right now, and that's a stat they want to continue to have in their favor if they can.
Six points, 4 assists in the first half for Tanner Kretschmann. Back to a 5-point game. Casey Schilling again, going to the high post. Vaughn had it for a minute, but it comes away to Richter. And traveling before that shot went in.
That was tough to tell there. That was good defense though by Moorhead because they really were protecting the basket and holding their ground. That's why I have no desire to wear the stripes, and those are tough calls to make.
Dragons again walk it up and go to work.
Every time they've gotten that shot clock under 15.
Lean has been so smooth in the first half. That is 16 for Lean, and that almost looked like a walk on Richter that time, but no whistle. In the first couple minutes of the game, Brad, Augie was just taking it and going hard like this. Moorhead's gotten back a little bit better now.
Yeah, they were a bit more settled. I think for Moorhead, zone's not their main defense, and so they had some trouble adjusting transition-wise, but they've settled in very nicely there.
3 off for Jansen.
Augie now 4 of 12 from 3, so 33%. That's exactly playing into Moorhead's hands here with them playing in that zone.
Dragons trying to go 2 for 1 here, and a foul on the drive. Augie crowd getting loud. Byer picks up the foul. That's a tough call too, but another 1-on-1 for Kretschmann.
At the line for the Dragons, Tanner Kretschmann.
It's hard to believe this kid's just a sophomore. He plays with such poise out there, and the ball's in his hands. Just a cool customer, doesn't get rattled. Expecting so many great things out of this kid in his next 2 years after this.
Only got about 12 minutes a game last year as a freshman and played well, but up around 30 minutes a game this year, and he's the man at the point.
How many players go from role player as a freshman to first team all NSIC as a sophomore? Kretschmann did it this year.
Dragons back within 1.
Half has worked out perfectly for MSU Moorhead. They've been able to keep Sievely on the bench with his foul trouble and not miss a beat. Stay right in this game.
Yeah, they've closed the gap in the last 5 minutes. Schilling over Park. And Minnesota Moorhead can grab the lead with a bucket here in the last possession.
Who would have thought that? What a half for the Dragons here.
Augie's got a foul to give. Byer though with a block. Coming out of there, a second here for Schilling. pretty good pace in the first half. Knew it. Augie by 1. At 13 for Schilling. 11 for Jansen. 11 for Isaac Sievely. And 16 on the other side for Aaron Lean for Minnesota Moorhead.
Yeah, Lean has been huge in this game. The big difference for Moorhead.
Let's go to Tom Billiter, who was with Carla Metz.
All right, thanks, guys. MSUM's making a lot of shots. What's this game going to come down to for your team?
We needed to make hay with Sievely on the bench the last 5 minutes, and we should have extended our lead. They did a great job to keep it at 1 point. So that was a big 5 minutes for Moorhead, and we had some tough breaks. That's all I could say. I mean, we had a couple travels that we just can't make. We got to make that shot without traveling.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Guys, MSUM hasn't had any points come from their bench in this first half. Their assistant coach told me they've only got 6 to 7 players to play with in this game, so we'll see if they can continue to hang with Augie this next half. Back to you.
Yes, just Addison Park off the bench for the Dragons in that first half. That was it.
He played 8 minutes. Did a great job stepping in for Sievely when he got in foul trouble. But the other 4 starters played the whole 20.
Great half for the Dragons. Still, Augie in the lead by 1. Here in a rematch of the championship game of the Northern Sun. Back upstairs to Jeff and Alex for the halftime show when we come back to the Pentagon in Sioux Falls.
Welcome to the CU Mortgage Direct LLC halftime show on Midcoast Sports Network.
Well, it didn't exactly follow the plan we thought was going to happen for the first half of this game, but a very, very entertaining first half of the men's championship game here at the Northern Sun basketball tournament, the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Jeff Harkness, Alex Heinert with you. We thought it'd be a light-em-up offensive affair, back and forth. A lot of teams shooting from long range and hit a lot. Instead, it was defenses that really decided a lot of runs on both sides.
A lot of runs, really back and forth. That part we thought that this would be a back and forth kind of a game, and it's been just that. Augie's led by as many as 7, Moorhead by as many as 5. Defensive, it's so funny you say it's a defensive game, and yet it's 42-41.
Right. Defensive for these teams.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I think both of these teams are shooting it about as well as they would like to. Augustana maybe would like to be a little better than 33% from 3, especially going against a Moorhead zone where you're almost encouraging people to shoot from the outside. If you're Minnesota State Moorhead, you got to feel pretty good to be in this spot right now. Brad was talking about it right before the break. With Sievely down with 2 fouls, for them to still be able to make a run, a 6-0 run they closed the half on, to pull within one and have a shot to take the lead going into the break. Even though things didn't quite go as maybe we thought they would, they're in a great position here to beat Augie for the first time since 2013.
Well, and to pick up on Carla's point about a very limited bench, of course, with no Ayub, they had to put an extra body into the starting lineup. And so those extra minutes for Sievely on the bench, he's going to go probably a half an hour without playing. And so that rest is going to come in handy for him in the second half.
Yeah, and especially third game in 4 days for these guys. And you mentioned Ayub is out. Gijel Sangola's got a broken finger. I mean, they've got a couple of guys who play big minutes for this team that are not able to go in this contest. And that puts the strain on everybody else. And when you can give arguably your best player a break like that and not lose anything and actually gain ground, that's only going to boost them in the final 20 minutes.
And with them out of there, they only were outscored by a point, 12-11 over those 5:48. Augie gets some early transition buckets early. How do you think that zone is working out for Moorhead?
I mean, so far so good. I mean, they give up 42 points, obviously, in the first half. Augie's shooting at 56%, but at the same time, the pace has slowed down. Augie has not been able to get out and run as much as they'd like to. We'll see if that trend continues for Chet Walthall in the second half.
We'll look inside the highlights and the stats when we come back. It's the CU Mortgage Direct halftime show from the Sanford Pentagon on Midcoast Sports Network.
Back to the CU Mortgage Direct LLC halftime show on Midcoast Sports Network.
1 point separates the top 2 teams in the Northern Sun men's basketball tournament. It's 42-41, Augustana leading Minnesota Moorhead at halftime at the Sanford Pentagon. Jeff Harkness and Alex Heinert back with you. And as we look at the highlights now, courtesy of Brandon Martin's Real Estate, we'll see both sides putting up a lot of points in that first half.
As we expected. I mean, a back-and-forth game. Moorhead starting off as well as he could. Aaron Lean, who was deadly from 3, 4 of 6 from the outside, got it going early and kept it going. He was 1 of 7 in their quarterfinal, or their semifinal game against UMary, turning the corner here in this championship match. Sievely limited minutes, but making it happen. Tyler Vaughn, 6 points. Only the starters have scored. Nobody on their bench in the scoring column for Moorhead in that first half.
Augustana distributing it pretty well, getting him some balance scoring in the first half.
Yeah, and that's what you expect from this team. John Moore in there with the triple. Jordan Spencer's got 5 right now to go along with 5 from Bayer and Richter. But mostly it's been this guy, Schilling, again doing the job in the championship game, the reigning tournament MVP, with 13 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. Just a pest on the inside. He cooled off a little bit as the half went on, but still a big first half from him.
Moorhead shooting 57%, Augustana shooting 56%, a slight rebounding edge for the Vikings, and those early transition buckets, especially early on, giving you that advantage in the paint.
Yeah, 24-16, Augie will take that all day. Free throws, by the way, just 4 free throws attempted in the first half by Augustana. That's a team that lives by the line. It'll be interesting to see if they can get a little more aggressive here in the second half and make a couple more trips there.
There were times when it looked like they were letting them play, and other times it looked like they were calling it close. They couldn't really figure it out.
It was interesting, maybe, how that was structured, and you think it's a championship game and you want to let the guys decide it out there, but yeah, sometimes it felt maybe a little disjointed in that sense.
Yeah, all right, let's clue in on the players to watch. Let's start with Isaac Sibley, and of course the big highlight for him was sitting on the bench for the last 5:30, but while he was out there, of course, he made an impact.
Yeah, still finished with 11 points. Again, he's so tough to stop. Again, he's averaging 22 a season, the leading scorer in the conference, and shows you that he can step back and shoot it, or he can face you up, and a nice job here at getting by Jansen. A great entry pass, by the way. And again, 6'9", he's a big guy, but he's also he has great hands underneath and able to get his own spot like that. No rebounds, surprisingly, but 11 points on 5 of 8 shooting.
The Grill 26 shot chart there shows you that he's been busy on the inside. And so is Casey Schilling. Casey Schilling has been getting a couple of those transition buckets for Augustana early on, and he was our player to watch for the Vikings.
Yeah, again, this is a guy that's coming off a 26-point performance in the semifinals, and right off the bat, again, they went to him early and often. Just like we've seen at times, he goes on stretches where he just takes over offensively, and that was the case here. He gets 13 points. We mentioned in those highlights, he didn't shoot as much as the half went on. They started to push it away from him and not allow him to beat them, but getting to the rim effectively, a couple of threes here from the outside, but 6 of 10, 13 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. That's a great first half from, again, the reigning tournament MVP.
All right, so adjustments in the second half. Who needs to make more of them?
Well, I think right now, I mean, both of these teams feel like that the half has maybe gone about. You're basically back to where you started at, 42-41. I think Moorhead, again, the decision to go zone was really smart. I expect them probably, though, to throw something different at Tom Billiter at some point in that second half. And then if you're Augustana, you know, 4 of 12 from distance, I think they know that number is going to go up. This is the best three-point shooting team in the league. They've gotten some open looks. They just haven't knocked them down. It'll be interesting to see if they can try and pound it inside a little bit more with Jansen and with Schilling as the half goes on.
You've got to believe that Augie is aware of Sibley's foul situation. One more is going to put him in a crucial setting, especially early in the half. Is that something they try to exploit?
You have to think so. I mean, that's what got them in trouble in the first place. Again, trying to pound it inside when Dan Jansen is going at you. More often than not, you're going to have to reach. You're going to either swipe, you're going to put your arm down, you're going to foul. And that'd be what I would do. I'd go right at the rim and try and get him at number 3 and number 4 as early as I could.
At times, we saw that Augie defense extending out over much of that half court. Yep. That expends a lot of energy when you do that.
You know, it does. And this is an Augustana team that does not necessarily play a lot of guys, and they haven't gone to the bench a whole lot. And this is, again, their 3rd game in 4 days. But, you know, that's what you maybe need to do. And they talked about this in that semifinal game. There maybe wasn't. Tom Billiter mentioned that the team played hard, but they didn't have an edge. They didn't quite have that fire until they hit the second half and they started putting away Winona with that pressure. It'll be curious to see if they start cranking it up here to try and emulate that like they did in the semifinal tonight.
Should be a great second half. The winner is the Northern Sun Tournament champion and is in great shape going into that Central Regional, something they will both make starting here next week. We're back with the second half with Tom Neiman and Brad Newitt on Midcoast Sports Network. Enjoy the second half.
Welcome back to the Pentagon. 1-point game at the half. Let's go to Carla Metz, who spoke with Chad Walthall, the Dragons head coach.
Hey guys, well, MSUM rarely runs zone defense, and I asked Coach Walthall what was the reason for that adjustment. He said they have 3 of their top 8 out right now. They have absolutely no depth, and they think this is the best way that they're going to be able to get a win over Augustana. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Carla. Back to the zone for the Dragons. And again, Ayub, who had been a starter, is out tonight. He was injured last night in the semifinals. Evan Holt making his first start of the season here tonight for the Dragons. And right out of the locker room, a read by Alex Richter for Augustana.
Augustana only shot 33% from that three-point line in the first half. It's a team that's on average well above that, in the mid-40s most games.
They average 11 made threes a game. Augustana does. They've hit 5 of them now. Vaughn against that size of Richter. Aaron Lean, can he stay hot in the second half? He had 16 in the first half to lead the Dragons. Schilling. And the Vikings scored the first 5 of the half.
This will be interesting to see. Augustana had a 15-minute break. You go in your locker room, and that gives the coaching staff a lot of time to really dissect that zone, talk to their team about how they want to attack it offensively.
Sievely for 2 more. Isaac Sievely sat for about the last 5 minutes of the first half with those 2 fouls, but he's got 13 now.
Backside help just non-existent that time for Augustana.
Schilling sets up Spencer again. Jansen on the rebound this time. Richter going to try it again. Jansen going to tap it out again.
Augustana only had 5 offensive boards in that first half. They could have more than that against this zone. They really crash it, and they got 2 here in this possession.
Kicked there by Sievely.
What we're seeing right now, the method of attack. Get it to the high post, try to make some interior passes. And an easy bucket there on the out-of-bounds play.
Jordan Spencer just sneaks in right underneath the hoop. I don't know if they're getting better shots than they did in the first half, but Augie's come out here and outscored the Dragons 7-2 in the first couple of minutes. Here is Holt again. Ayub is out for the Dragons. Ejo Singalo has been out for a while with a hand injury. Sievely going right back at it.
Sievely lost the contact. He's late getting down the floor here.
Jansen, meanwhile, up and over Lean and just powers in another 2, and they're going to give a timeout, I believe, here to assist Sievely, who's looking for that contact out around midcourt.
Yeah, he has no idea where it is, and he was trying to get the officials to stop the game. And honestly, once Augustana has the ball in their front court, the officials are not going to stop it. See right there, he was trying to get him to stop before they threw it in, and they didn't see him.
Kind of got swiped twice on his way in that time. And an odd situation here. Tom Billiter, the Augie coach, is out at mid-floor. I think Billiter came out and found the contact lens.
You're right, he did. And that shows great sportsmanship. And, you know, Tom, these 2 teams, they respect each other so much. I mean, they've had some amazing battles the last 2 years. They've both been nationally ranked in the top 10. You know, they played in this game last year. Their regular season matchups have been epic games in the NSIC. And that's cool to see. You know, there's a lot on the line here tonight, but these teams going at each other, but the respect is certainly there.
Tom Billiter misses nothing. That was amazing. Sievely had run 3/4 of the court before that thing came out, and it ended up down at the 3-point line on Augie's end of the floor.
That's a veteran coach there for him. He probably had been through that before.
All right, so bucket at each end. Augie by 6.
This is what Moorhead's done. They've been content to walk it up, but I've liked the pace they've played with once they get into their scoring kind of mode here. They play with a good pace. They're still looking to attack once they get into this rhythm.
Augie just banging people around underneath, but a foul on Jansen. Maybe his second.
This has just been a battle all night. 2 top players in the NSIC at the same position going head-to-head.
Jansen is saying that Tyler Vaughn kind of held him up. Lean settles in another 3. That is 5 threes and 19 points for Aaron Lean.
Big-time performance out of the junior.
Spencer, great no-look pass to Jansen.
See the value that Jordan Spencer adds to this team. He's 4th in the nation in assists per game, and big reason why right there.
Sievely. That was soft as well for Sievely. He's got 17 now.
The improvement of Sievely through his career, remarkable. He started his career as a walk-on at MSU, getting a minimal scholarship, and he's turned into an All-American player. That was a great post move. See if he can get it to him again. Oh, sealed beautifully there to leave the driving lane for Vaughn.
Vaughn gets the Dragons back within one. Yeah, Schilling has been able to catch it right there, unimpeded every time. And Richter's not making shots, but Schilling on the offensive board. Sievely is going to get the foul here. And a technical foul whistled.
Sure who they called the technical on.
I was waiting to see as well. Josh Johnson came in, and I'm pretty sure it's on Sievely, but
we'll have to get all this sorted out. Obviously, emotions are starting to boil over here at the Pentagon.
the foul is on Sievely.
So is the technical
on Sievely as well.
Let's watch the replay here. Sievely trying to block the shot of Schilling. Boy, and it did look like he got a lot of basketball. And you could tell he was just livid when he got up.
Right there at the end, he and Schilling, I don't think Schilling intentionally threw him down, but it...
You look at it from that angle, though, and he did get a lot of wrist.
Yeah, definitely a foul on the shot.
Yeah.
And then Sievely gets the technical, and that is going to be 4 fouls just like that on Sievely.
That's going to be a huge thing here. And the officials are going to the monitor now since they've whistled the technical. They're going to just review the whole play. Boy, this is going to be a huge turn of events that is not looking like it's going to go in Moorhead's favor.
So you're going to get the 2 fouls right away on Sievely to give him 4.
Correct.
You're going to get the 2 free throws for Schilling.
Yep.
You're going to get the technical.
Well, the dead ball technical here. Boy, Sievely must have said something to warrant that technical. Some teammates were trying to calm him down, you could tell.
Yeah, and the whistle didn't blow until a little bit after that on the technical foul. Shoot the technical free throw with Adam Byer up first. And here's that sequence again. The block, and there's a foul on the shot. And then Schilling does drag Sievely down. And then it took a little bit for the whistle to blow again for the technical, but they get Sievely for the technical. That counts as a personal as well, so he's got 4 fouls. Mark Riggs going to come over and explain it to Brad Newitt here. He'll pass that on in a moment. Meanwhile, Byer at the free throw line.
Yeah, they've sorted out exactly what we thought. Technical whistled on Sievely after the personal foul. So these are the technical free throws because it's a dead ball, so you shoot that first. And then the players will line up to shoot the 2 free throws on the lane.
And the biggest thing out of all of it is Sievely's going to the bench with 4 fouls.
Yeah, that's the huge thing because there's so much time still in this game. You hate to see that. And that's just an unfortunate thing for Moorhead, and they're going to have to weather this storm now. So the only silver lining you could say for Moorhead is they have a very thin bench, but the one position they've got some depth at is the post and bringing in Addison Park.
And Augie's missed 2 out of the 3 free throws here so far.
Free throw shooting has not been good for the Vikings. 3 of 7 tonight.
Well, Sievely, when he lost that contact, he obviously got hit in the eye, and that little bit of that might have boiled over and
Good point.
into the next possession. So here we go. There's still 16 minutes to go in the game. We'll see how long Isaac Sievely has to sit here for the Dragons. Meanwhile, Tyler Vaughn can certainly score. Aaron Lee has been hot for the Dragons. Here is Holt for 3. Augie's got its starting 5 out there right now. You gotta believe they're not gonna go very deep into the bench either.
They did a lot in the first half. Tom Billiter went there a little bit to try to bring some shooting into the game, but that was about it.
Pretty good job again by Addison Park, just kind of backing off of Jansen a little bit, but Dragons turn it over. Spencer on a breakout.
That's a mistake that Moorhead cannot afford to make. A turnover like that leads to an easy bucket.
Timeout here. Called by Chad Walthall. A lot of momentum going Augie's way right now, but still just the 5-point lead. It's 57-52. Vikings in the lead.
The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament on Midcoast Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Dakota Land Honda.
Beautiful Sioux Falls, South Dakota, home to the NSIC Championships. And the men playing first this year. Augustana and Sioux Falls will play later on tonight in the Women's Championship. And a big turn of events here. Brad knew it about a minute ago. On the game clock anyway, Isaac Sievely picks up a personal foul, his 3rd, and then a technical foul, his 4th foul. So Sievely is out. Leading scorer in the Northern Sun Conference this year.
How does Moorhead react to that? Do they let that be something that divides them as a team or brings them together? I think the next couple minutes will be crucial here to see.
Holtz had a pretty good look at a 3 in each corner. What an assist again from Spencer to Schilling.
7 assists a game for no reason. Spencer is so good in transition too, and Moorhead's done a great job up to this point limiting that, but we've seen a couple here now in this second half.
Serious misdirection. Vaughn is fouled by Richter on the drive. We've got another timeout here. 14-12 to go second half. Augie up by 7.
The NSIC Sanford Health Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament on Midcoast Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and Dakota Land Honda.
Augie by 7. And just before we went to break there, Isaac Sievely checked back into the game for Minnesota State Moorhead.
Been confirmed. He does have 4 personal fouls. Well, Chad Walhall feeling like the game is at its tipping point right here, and he had to get Sievely back in the game. And officials are cognizant that he's got 4 personals. It's gonna be really hard for him to pick up number 5 here. He's gonna do something very obvious to do that.
Ooh, some contact here as he goes by Jansen, and that's gonna be the 3rd on Dan Jansen. Well, Carla Metz was over near the Moorhead bench when all this was going on. Carla?
Yeah, I was over at MSUM's bench during that ruling for Sievely's offense, and MSUM's number 22, Tyler Vaughn, was trying to keep everyone calm, saying to his teammates that they've got to be smarter. As a whole, though, there was just a lot of frustration on MSUM's entire bench, and the timeout after the foul, Coach Walthall was actually very calm, though, and just told Sievely that he's got to be more controlled in games like this. Back to you guys.
All right. Couple of very quick fouls called here against Augustana. Jordan Spencer at that last one. That's his 3rd after Jansen just picked up his 3rd.
Yeah, a couple calls that have gone against Augustana on this end. And Moorhead, they got to take advantage of this. They can be aggressive here. Nice big 3-point shot there that gets the momentum back their way.
Tanner Kretschmann now with 11 points, 4 assists. Big shot to get the Dragons back within 4. Zach Huskin is on. And John Warren here for Augustana. Fire for 3.
Augustana's made a nice halftime adjustment. They're throwing more skip passes, Tom, against this zone defense. They're working it inside out, and it's getting them great three-point looks.
Adam Byer, best percentage three-point shooter in the Northern Sun this year. And he has hit 2 out of 2. Sievely, and a foul quickly on Houston. And it has skewed sharply in favor of Moorhead here on the whistle in the last couple of minutes.
I expect this to all calm down here shortly and hopefully get back to more of a consistent basketball like we've seen.
Dragons turn it over this time. Houston had Sievely all wrapped up.
Moorhead's got to settle in here and continue to play the zone defense, but they've got to be active in it. They've got to move when the ball moves. They've got to be there on the catch.
Schilling on the roll. It's 20 already for Casey Schilling.
He's had so many clean looks right around that mid-post area. He's been great on the boards, too, with 6 rebounds.
Schilling in the tournament in the first 3 games, averaging 20 points, 9 rebounds. Lean with another 3. Schilling was right at him that time.
Moorhead's got to be careful here. This thing could get away from him.
Big roar as they just got the 5th foul on Isaac Sievely.
That's a huge call. And Chad Waldo, he knew he was taking a chance putting Sievely back in the game. He felt like his team needed that boost. And unfortunately, it didn't work out as Sievely only got to play a couple more minutes.
So Moorhead already very short-handed. Addison Park comes back in. Schilling spinning right around him. And climbing up this time. Foul's going to go on Schilling. It'll go the other way.
Defensively, Moorhead can be okay with Park in the game here, especially with Jansen out. I think the big question for MSU Moorhead going forward here now, the rest of this game, the last 12 minutes, is what can they do on this end of the floor without their go-to guy in the middle that they've played through all season long. They're going to need great guard play. They're going to have to hit some threes.
Vaughn's been pretty quiet. 8 points. Tough shot there. Augustana had its biggest lead at 9 points there for a moment.
Moorhead has been true to their game plan. They've continued to stick to it.
Great passing again. Houston gets it on the second try.
There's too much size inside for Augustana. They've done a great job not settling for threes. They've attacked inside first.
Lean, beautiful move by Aaron Lean. 21 for Lean.
He averages 11, and he's had some 20-point games this season, but he's had some single-digit outings as well, and he's keeping his team in it right now.
Richter's 3 off. Vaughn. No numbers for the Dragons.
On 6 of 18 from 3. That's played into Moorhead's hands.
Contact this time, and finally a whistle. They're going to get Adam Byer. Byer's had a couple of these go against him where he's backing up, hands up.
That's a really tough call.
Tough whistle against Augustana.
You're giving ground as a defender, and then you get the foul call, and you're straight up the whole way. That's a tough one. The only thing I'll say is that, give credit to Vaughn. And again, that just shows how smart a player he is.
They didn't call that a shooting foul, so 2 shots for Vaughn here. Spencer coming back in. He's got 3 fouls. Dan Jansen's been on the bench for quite a bit here. Quite a stretch here with 3 fouls. And Vaughn makes it a 6-point game.
Consider everything that's happened to Moorhead in the first 10 minutes of this half. They'll only be down 6 right now. They're still in a decent position. They're hanging around.
Well, Lean was really working to take position away from Schilling, and it works out as Augie turns it over. That's just 4 turnovers against Augie in the game.
Augustana's done a pretty good job attacking the zone, but Moorhead shooting it lights out. Aaron Lean leading the way with 21 points. He's hit 5 threes. Augustana trying to figure out how to crack the zone. Richter hitting from downtown to do it. And it's the Vikings up by 6.
Coming up after the game and before the women's championship game tonight, an edition of Midco Sports Magazine. Story on the Jacobson family at North Dakota State. Ronna Heaton, a Brookings high school wrestler. And DeAndre Parks, South Dakota State University basketball player from Flint, Michigan. Great story on him growing up there and his family there and everything that DeAndre Parks has been through in his young life. Coming up after the game here. Again, the women's championship game is after this one tonight with Augustana and the University of Sioux Falls. Runner again by Vaughn. Dan Jansen back for Augustana. Schilling muscling her up again. Holt came over. It never holds at 6'4", but Schilling right up and over him, and that's 22 for Casey Schilling.
Great patience by Augustana to attack inside. Moorhead's got to maximize these offensive possessions. This is a good player to have the basketball in his hands to create something.
Schilling switched off and blocks it out with a shot clock at 3.
This is why he's the 2-time defensive player of the year in SIC. Plays like that. Great block shot without fouling.
Kretschmann will play it in. Dragons draw it up for Vaughn, right back to Kretschmann for 3. Schilling saved it, but Kretschmann runs it down. And then Lean stumbling through. Schilling all over him in the corner, and finally a whistle. And another foul on the Vikings, and that is 8 on Augustana here in the half.
Again, Moorhead winning the battle of the fouls and getting to the foul line. They'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way. It's really hard to have more free throw attempts than Augustana in a game, and Moorhead is doing it right now.
Just the first foul on Schilling. And the 8th team foul on Augustana. 1-on-1 for Lean. First free throw tonight. Aaron Lean picking a nice time for the Dragons to put up one of his best games of the year. He's got 22 right now.
Fantastic outing. He shot the ball so well. He's 5 of 9 from 3 tonight. Great ball movement by Augustana.
Kick out 3 for John Warren.
The Dragons are going to give up shots. They don't mind 3-pointers to a player like Warren. They'll take that.
Counted for Lean, and a whistle. There was a foul on the shot. Schilling with the foul and a 3-point opportunity for Aaron Lean.
What a finish by Lean over Schilling. This guy done talking about how great a defensive player Schilling is. Not sure on that line of contact.
There's not a lot there, but Lee knocked it down.
This is the most points Lean has had this season by far, 25. His career high 26, and he's knocking on the door of that one.
Well, he's got it now after that free throw.
Yeah.
26 for Lean. Back to a three-point game. Richter on a nice drop-off from Dan Jansen. So far, every Dragon run, Augustana's been able to hold him off.
Big three for Augustana, getting it done. Richter, Schilling, and Jansen, the three guys in double figures for the Vikings.
Richter now with 10.
And Isaac Sievely has fouled out of this game for MSU Moorhead, so that's totally changed, Tom. What kind of team they are offensively, they're still hanging in.
Kretschmann's three, run down by himself. Lean for three. Another one for Aaron Lean. He's got 6 threes, he's got 29 points, and the Dragons within 2.
Key performance when Moorhead has needed it the most. They've gotten it out of their junior forward.
Jansen out of a double team to Schilling.
This is great offensive rebound, great hustle, and then the scramble situation. That's a lot of times when you get your cleanest looks at the bucket. And Lean drained it from the corner.
Moorhead foul was on Aaron Lean. 2 shots for Schilling.
And you look at Moorhead, no one else even close to foul trouble. Sievely's fouled out, but everyone else that's gotten one, just 1 foul. So Moorhead should be good to go in that department here coming down the stretch.
24 points for Casey Schilling.
Proud parents there looking on.
Dragons again, as they've done all game, going to take 9.5 seconds to get the ball across and then go to work.
They're even slowing it down even more here now of late with Sievely out of the game. They know that the fewer possessions in this game, the better their chances are to hang close and maybe nip them at the wire.
Shot clock is at 1 for Vaughn.
Moorhead is hitting some tough shots. Vaughn hits that one.
Vaughn coming on here in the second half. He's got 13 now. Well, he keeps scoring, but Moorhead's matching him. Another 3 for Beyer. Schilling on the putback.
Schilling doing what he does best, cleaning up the offensive glass. And with the putback there. Well, we shouldn't be surprised by this, Tom. I mean, these are the 2 best offensive teams in the NSIC, far and above. 2 of the best offensive teams in the country at the Division II level.
Vaughn again, another rainbow. Off the glass this time. Spencer with a rebound. 5.5 minutes to go.
Even though this game may not quite get to the 90s like we thought it might, the offensive efficiencies of both these teams, amazing. Great pass there.
Well, Jansen's got 17 points. That's another assist for Casey Schilling. Schilling's got 26 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists.
He's done a great job in the zone with his interior passing, just like that last one.
Another big moment for Moorhead. 5 minutes to go. Addison Park slips off. Blocked by Schilling. Shot clock is at 4, and Kretschmann caught the rim there, but Spencer runs it down.
That was all about the defensive presence inside by Schilling, blocking that shot. Moorhead ran a great slip on the ball screen, and Park was free to the hoop.
Augie now going to trim off a little time.
Augustana has been a lot like a surgeon dissecting this zone D in the second half. They've done a great job with it. Back pass there.
Yeah, Lee knocked it away. Kretschmann. Park this time for 2. That's the first 2 of the game for Addison Park. Back to a 4-point game with just over 4 minutes to go.
4-point game for the men's championship of the Northern Sun tournament coming up after the game. We'll be here on the CU Mortgage Direct post-game show. Scores, highlights, reaction. Look ahead to the women's championship game. We'll have a special edition of Midco Magazine as well. Isaac Sievely on the bench. All they've done is gone, and Aaron Lean's back and outscored Augie 17-12 during that stretch.
Yeah, it's been a huge stretch for them. Lean's got, 13 points in this half, tied with Schilling. He's got 29, a career high. He's playing out of his mind and keeping his team in it right now. Still anybody's game with the 4-point advantage for the Vikings.
Very, very gutty performance by Chad Walpole's crew. Tom and Brad?
All right, thanks, guys. Moorhead has had 4 starters play every minute so far. Sievely played 19 minutes, had 17 points for the Dragons before fouling out with over 12 minutes to go in the game. And still, Moorhead down by 2 after 2 from Tyler Vaughn.
Moorhead just caught Augustana napping that time. Moorhead hasn't pushed the tempo very much in this game. Augie wasn't expecting it.
Dragons have been in this zone for the entire ball game.
Not a defense they usually play, but it's worked very well tonight.
Blocking foul on Addison Park. And going to be free throws here for Dan Jansen.
His second. At the line for the Vikings.
With Augustana here attacking this zone. They've had success around the basket. Not as much success shooting the 3. They're just 2 of 9 from 3 in this second half. 29% overall in the game.
A somewhat quiet 18 right now for Jansen. Schilling has been so dominant.
Well, the big thing for Jansen is they've kept him off the foul line in this game, and that's so much a part of who Jansen is when you look at his scoring. 5 or 6 points there on a regular basis. He's only been there 3 times tonight.
Vikings back up by 4, 3.5 to go. Well, there's a little over 3,000 people in the building. Probably 75% of them are Augustana fans. The Augie women play after this. Trying to crank up the noise a little bit. Vaughn for 3. Spencer with another rebound.
Moorhead really needed that shot to go. Got to really dial in here now. I wonder at some point, will they switch up anything they've done defensively, even a different look in the zone?
Richter, a big 3. So Alex Richter knocking in 13 for the Vikings. And that's 7-point lead. That's a little bigger now with just 2.5 minutes to go. Evan Holt just cannot find one from long range tonight after he hit 4 of them last night. And Augie can take it right down to 2 minutes here.
It's going to be do or die time for Moorhead here. They've got to get a stop.
I don't know if they wanted that shot, but they got it from Spencer.
They dared him to take it. He met the dare and answered the bell.
Back-to-back 3s by Augustana, and the lead is 10. Well, this game is closer than it was a year ago to it here in the championship game. Augustana got by Jordan Reaver and Moorhead 98-82 in that championship. Augie had 49 in the first half, 49 more after halftime. Jansen had 21. Casey Schilling, 28 points, 14 rebounds. As the Vikings won the tournament championship, and all 8 guys that played in that game are back in this game this year.
Yeah, that's such a rarity to have a team that is at the level that Augustana's been at the last years to stay together 2 straight years. They were 31-3 last year. They're 27-2 this year. What an amazing run for this Augustana program over the last 2 years. And they got their eye on the prize, and the prize is an NSAC Conference Tournament Championship to back up the regular season title and a hosting of the regional tournament in the NCAAs.
Place is packed up. University of Sioux Falls women will take on Augustana after this one. Schilling boys looking on. Casey Schilling having another huge game. Close to a triple-double. He's got 26 points. 2 minutes to go. Augie by 10.
Moorhead can't afford to wait now. They've got to attack, and they got to get shots quicker than they have this game.
Kretschman. Spencer, another rebound.
That's great defense by Augustana on the timeout. They switched some screens, covered everything up beautifully. Contested jumper and the D board. And now they are in control here.
Yeah, Dragons going to match up here now with a minute and a half to go. Park backs off. Spencer missed it, but Schilling can get the Vikings under a minute to go here.
Schilling just so physical inside, holding his ground. Plays with endless energy.
9 rebounds for Schilling. A foul on Lee now. This be just the 6th.
It's gonna be a little bit too late here for Moorhead. That offensive rebound by Schilling, just a backbreaker. He's had so many of those through his career. When a team thinks they've got Augustana stopped, missed shot, Schilling right there to clean up the glass.
Foul on Vaughn. Sent Meyer to the free throw line, 1-1. It was 78-74 at one point here late into it. Vikings hit those back-to-back three-pointers by Richter and Spencer, and now Meyer and Augie looking to close it out and go back-to-back here as the tournament champions.
You knew eventually Augustana kept shooting some threes. They hit enough of them to get over the hump. They haven't had a great night shooting it, but they hit just enough of them.
Vikings 8 of 24 on the three-point shot tonight.
1 minute.
Pretty valiant effort by Moorhead. They were so short-handed here tonight, and that was even made worse by the early exit by Isaac Sievely.
For him to foul out and miss the last 14 minutes of this game, that was a tough blow for MSU Moorhead.
Season won't be over for the Dragons, but Richter again, and Augie just pouring it on now late.
The final score will not be anywhere indicative of how close a game this really was. Augie continues to have the number of the Dragons here. Fifth straight win over them.
Aaron Lean with 31, though, for Minnesota Moorhead tonight.
It's tough to be the marked team. Everyone's been gunning at you all year, but Augustana has weathered those storms, and now they can add another tournament title to their resume.
Big game for Lean with 31, 16 in the first half when he made all those three-point shots. And he leads Moorhead, or kept them close the entire ball game. Again, Sievely fouled out. Picked up a technical early on in the second half, which was his 4th foul, turned into his 4th personal, so he had to sit, came right back in, fouled out shortly after that, and he had 17 in 19 minutes. But Casey Schilling, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and Carla Metz has Tom Billiter.
All right, thanks, guys. Coach, a lot of things happened in this half to change the tempo of the game. How do you think your team adapted?
Well, you know, they played a well. They had a lot of foul troubles, injuries, and everything else, and they shortened the game and did exactly what they should do. And I really tip my hat to Moorhead and proud of our guys. It's not easy to get through this league 2 years in a row and get 2 conference championships and 2 tournament championships. So I feel like we're playing a little better than maybe we were a week or 2 ago. I feel good about that. But as far as the game goes, I thought it was just 2 very, very good teams just playing a heck of a game. But again, I tip my hat to Coach Walthall and their team on a great effort tonight.
Back-to-back championships. What makes this one so special?
Well, it's special for my seniors. You know, you don't get better kids than Casey, Al, and Dan. That's just a special group. And, you know, for all my guys, Adam, Jordan, the whole team. But, you know, these are hard-working kids. They're great kids. They're going to graduate. They're going to have great lives, and they're just quality individuals. And I just love coaching them. It's just been an honor and a privilege.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Congrats. Guys, with that, a 19-game win streak, back-to-back championships, and they're headed to the NCAA tournament. Back to you.
All right, thank you, guys. Dan Jansen's shoes there, way out of uniform code here tonight for the Vikings. But Jansen, another big game. He had 19 for Jansen. Sievely with 17. Big numbers for Casey Schilling for the Vikings. Huge numbers for him. And we'll be back with the final highlights and the final stats as Augustana wins the Northern Sun Conference Tournament Championship for the second straight season. Congrats to Coach Tom Billiter, the NSIC Coach of the Year this year. His team back-to-back tournament champions as well. Final margin ends up at 13, 89-76. Minnesota State Moorhead is really, really good. Augustana is really, really, really good.
Yes.
This team is phenomenal, aren't they?
It's a special group, and they've shown it over the last 2 years. And Tom, this is a team, I don't know if people in this region realize, they have a chance to win a national championship, and that's a great group of players. If you're talking in that category, and they've got some special things still ahead of them I know they want to accomplish, but they're going to celebrate this thing here tonight, no question.
All right, Vikings led this game 42-41 at halftime. Second half highlights presented by Reliabank. And Isaac Sievely, again, it was just an odd ball game for him. Kind of got raked in the face there on a bucket, lost a contact lens, ended up getting a technical a couple of minutes later than this, but Aaron Lean was just phenomenal for Minnesota State Moorhead. That shot by Tyler Vaughn to keep them close. It was a 4-point ball game late in the second half, and then Augie just kind of took off. Richter hit some threes. Schilling ends up with 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists.
Now the key, Augustana in the second half, they attacked the inside of the zone. High-low passes like that led to 59% shooting in the second 20 for the Vikings.
9 threes. 8 for the Dragons, 6 of those by Aaron Lean, who puts up a career-high 31 for MSU Moorhead. Beautifully played game, just 11 total turnovers, not a lot of fouls. There were that one stretch in the second half got a little goofy with a lot of fouls, but just a good ball game between the top two teams in the conference.
It really was. The difference in this game, Augustana just had more depth and more firepower on the offensive end. Moorhead just too much injury, and then the foul trouble by Sievely was the thing that I think ultimately that kind of sealed their fate, not able to stay in this thing for 40 minutes.
We will wrap it up with some more in-depth coverage of this ball game. A lot to talk about with the Sievely situation and everything else with Augustana winning it here. We'll go up to Jeff Harkness and Alex Heinert for the post-game show. And again, the women's championship game is still to come here tonight on Midco Sports Network. That'll be Augustana and the University of Sioux Falls. Final thought here on the men's championship, Brad.
Well, again, we see the two best teams in the regular season square off for the title. Augustana able to prevail again, but the season not done for either one of these squads. They still have a great chance to do some fabulous things in the NCAA tournament.
Back up top to Jeff and Alex when we come back. Thanks for watching college basketball on Midco Sports Network.